I like to have fun when I'm playing video games. That's why I usually play on PC. Probably 95% of the games I play are on Steam, and the other 5% are for couch co-op with friends on some Nintendo machine. But today I decided to grab a Nintendo Pro Controller, stare at my copy of Terraria for Switch, and dare to insert it into the little slot to boot the thing up. Because, you see, dozens of people play the game on Switch, and I thought it was about time that I try my hand at it and experience what they do for themselves. What I was welcomed with was a nightmare, the likes of which I have never seen before, and it all started with the character creation screen. Alright, let's put in the Thorbin. Come on, we need to get our sick branding going here. I am not that tan. At least my character isn't. But I am. Where's my luscious beard? There I am. Oops. No! Oh, no! Wait, how do I become a dude? Wait, where do you select that? Oh! It's just the hair. The hair is throwing me off. Yeah, we're in for a great run here, folks. Wait. No! I just wanted to go back to the hair! The first real boss. The character creation screen. It took me a solid 5 minutes to create my character. The Pleasing Cape of Hate. That sounds like a great name for our run here. We choose a random evil, the world took a long time to generate, and we opened it up for the first time with a surprise in our inventory. All right, here we go, boys. Here we go. Make sure to like the stream. What? Oh, wait. Oh, it's because it's journey mode. It's because it's journey mode. No. Okay, yes, this is in journey mode, but you want to know why? I played the tutorial before this, and I became keenly aware that I was going to struggle with operating a controller. So, being a big chicken, I went with journey mode so I could adjust the difficulty as needed and duplicate items like blocks primarily because I'd like to do a little building. So, and through all of the stuff journey mode gave me away, other than the improved tools, because I kind of need tools after all, and I raised the difficulty to expert. I want my inventory does not be open. Is that too much to ask? There we go. Okay, I think I figured it out. The greatest hindrance to my ability to actually play the game on a controller is my PC knowledge thus far. I'm trying to do things the PC way, but that's just not right. Either that or these controls are just scuffed. Like my inventory, you press X to open it, but if you press X again, it goes into a mode where you can place and interact with things in the world and inventory freely. To close your inventory, you have to press B. However, to close it, you have to not be in the world mode. So if you press X twice and then press B, you will not close your inventory, so you have to press X a third time and then B to close it. Are you keeping up? Don't worry, it took me an hour to figure this out. How do I open the map? Wait. Down. Something plus down. No. It looks like the screen capture thing. Well, we got some screenshots for our first time in the console. Building the house was surprisingly less painful than I figured it would be. That does require I turn off Smart Cursor. However, the Switch is going to teach me a deep love-hate relationship with Smart Cursor. I figured out how to open the map though. Oh, minus. The first slimes arrive, which reveals a problem. Auto target, not the stink bug. There. Oh, this is going great. Okay, so it's not it doesn't find closest target, it finds a target, locks it, and then you're stuck with it until you don't. You might be wondering what this problem is. It's that if I'm using auto target, it locks onto one target, and once that target is dead, it does not automatically target the next closest enemy. Instead, I am required to hit the auto target button again. Now, PC gamers might point and laugh, saying that we shouldn't have auto target, but I'd like to see you aim properly with a short sword and no auto target. A lot of games, if not most games I've played, will have it so auto targeting will always lock onto one target, and once they are dead, lock onto the target closest to that one. Why? Because that makes sense. So I find it incredibly odd that Terraria on Switch forces you to relock your target every time. Although one person suggested that in the settings somewhere, there are two different auto lock types, I guess, and one of them actually does this. I never did verify because the name of the other option didn't look good to me. so I ignored it. So I'm just going to complain about the one I currently have. Whoa, I died. I was not looking. I mentioned that I'd have a love-hate relationship with Smart Cursor, but there is one thing it's always been good for. Imagine that Smart Cursor didn't exist, guys. There was a long time Smart Cursor was not a thing. Imagine there was no Smart Cursor on console. I think old versions, that's actually probably the case. I found my first chest in a cave close by, but this slime was smacking me around, and I learned that it wouldn't target the slime after falling into this pit for some reason. We'll figure out more about why that's the case later, but for now it's incredibly painful trying to place rope. Smart Cursor has no hope at all, but even if it's off, this is not very easy to navigate. Overall, my movement is just so very limited. Doing any small thing feels like it takes forever. I feel like a noob again. Like, I know the game, but I don't know how to play it. I'm also fairly certain that the game is darker on Switch than PC because I'm having a harder time spotting traps. Oh. And our first dart trap. Now, one thing I found myself doing constantly was adjusting my controls and mapping helpful controls that are not mapped by default. I'm not going to talk about it anymore after this because that'd get annoying real quick, but let's just say I probably spent a solid half hour or so in the first 4-ish hours of gameplay looking at the controls and trying to map things and figure out what my controls even are in the first place. One major issue I have to specifically call out though was that the right and left bumpers were what I could use to scroll through my hotbar. However, if I tried to scroll in the direction I was moving, not only would it not scroll, but also my character would stop moving. I had zero idea as to why, only that I had to come to a complete standstill in order to scroll in the direction I was moving. At first, I thought it was the banners on the bottom because one of the bumpers was used to show more of my controls. Turns out the real reason is because navigating the hotbar is by default set to the right bumper and left stick. But as you can see, cycling to the next item is using just the right or left bumper. Why on earth navigating the hotbar is connected to your movement stick is beyond me. What I ended up doing was mapping the D-pad to this control, and that fixed the entire problem. Whoever is in charge of the console version, or at least the Switch one, why is this not the default? Are you aware of how awfully painful it is to stop all movement to navigate the hotbar in a certain direction? Or for those who play the game on Switch regularly, was I just having an issue playing the game wrong or something? And even if I was, shouldn't this just not be an issue? When I headed to the desert, I also started to realize that I think the Switch has a different default lighting setting. I forget what they are all called, but I swear it's a little different than how it looks on PC, but I don't know if that's a change in defaults or of my own personal settings. With such an easy access tunnel, however, I figured I'd try to explore the desert. I want to run either Mage or Ranger so I can really experience the auto-lock feature, and the desert is where I can gather desert fossils for a Ranger set. The finesse. Aim and fire. Aim, fire. Haha. Got him. This is taking a little while. Just a little poke-a-poke. Just a little poke-a-poke. Oh, push him back. Push him back. Push him back. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. You got nothing. You got nothing on me. Oh, there's a flying one. Ah. But we're still want to kill the one. Come on, get the big one. No! Oh man, I came so close to killing it. Thoughts of a ranger vanished from my mind as I head to the right side of the world and started digging a hole in a random location. You know, as you do, and found myself in the Tundra where I got my first heart crystal. Oh, how do I quick heal? Let's see, quick heal, Z and right. So it seems painful to use it in the middle of a battle, but you know what? We got it! You know, I never did use that life crystal I got. I should do that. Wait, how do I do that? No. Oh, wait. Click. X. Aha! There's a wonderful little chest in here, but turns out there's a dart trap in here too. And because I'm slow to react to anything with this controller, I died before I could loot the chest. Now, I said I wouldn't talk anymore about controls, but there is one thing: quick stack. You have to mount the controls for this, and after I said it, I tried using those controls only for it to not work how I thought it would. Great. Like that. Ah. Oh, this is so bad. How do people play the game like this? Genuine question. Later, I'll learn that the reason for this mishap is that I have to have the inventory open in order for my map control to work. So if it's closed, it does nothing. And this is a frustrating part of Switch. A lot of controls do different things depending on if your inventory or a chest is open. So it's not uncommon that I'll try to do something but forget I need to open or close my inventory first. It's a little lame, especially since when you're mapping the controls, it doesn't specify the difference between the two. Like, I could map the same control for different things just depending on the inventory is closed or not, but I'm not sure which controls are for which, so I could accidentally end up unmapping some other control when I'm trying to set the one that I want. And don't you worry, my precious viewer, more mishaps are on their way. Meanwhile, I was able to get that frozen chest. Ice skates, my favorite. That rope is 10 times as useful, but also, is there a better way of pillaring up with it? Ah, all right, maybe this one will have something more useful. Yeah, there we go. Build rope upwards. Up. Dang. You know what I would have done on a PC? I would have gotten these blocks and just boom, safety. You know what I do on Switch? Oh no, it's coming. Blocks. Let me, here, we need to stand. Let's open our inventory. All right, where are my blocks? There they are. Boom. Another X. I'm hitting X again. It's not doing anything. Why? All right, come on, grab. Nope. All right, and okay, it's hitting X again. Is supposed to let me close the thing. Did I hit something wrong? My inability to react to anything quickly may have become one of the biggest problems on the Switch thus far. One can only hope that improves with time. Also, I'm not in a wind tunnel. That's the game's normal sound. And can someone explain to me why the wind is so much louder than anything else? Is this a thing on PC too? Why is it so loud? I'm actually bringing the volume down for most of the video, just not this clip, because I need you to hear this. Thank God Almighty, I found a lucky horseshoe, so fall damage is one thing I don't have to think about anymore. Harpies, meanwhile, harpies are still a big problem. Back in the caves, I started collecting gems, as that'll be easier to do than to collect desert fossils for a ranger class. Besides, mage is the best class anyways. Why wouldn't I want to play on Switch? Only issue with collecting more materials underground, though, is my inventory and chest management. It's by far the slowest and worst part of the Switch, and has not been getting easier over time at all. While home, I thought I'd make a couple more houses for handy NPCs, and soon after found myself in a glowing mushroom right next to the underground desert with a ferry leading me to a treasure chest I'm really hoping is a thunder zapper. It's not, but I'm also not disappointed. Wait! There's a chest, there's a water chest in lava! Oh, that's awesome! Wait, what? Dude! What? What? While we're here though, we might as well look around. Let's go! Oh, we did get lucky. Oh, we got so lucky. Run! Yeah. At the very least, even if I'm struggling, the world has been pretty kind to me with its loot. If only automatically depositing that loot didn't cause me problems. No! Okay. Okay. Nice decorative hole here, huh? Do the auto deposit. It's the buttons. Those are the buttons. Ah. No! Maybe game, if you worked properly, we wouldn't be having a problem. Ah! Oh, I hate this so much. Not in a good mood. That pretty much sums up the first several hours I spent playing Terraria on Switch, which I wrapped up calming my spirits by building some more housing and sprucing up the joint with a decorative craft area, roof, and some texture on the interior. We got to work on the elevator where my good luck continues with a cloud in a bottle. I crafted a ruby robe, and finally I explored both sides of the world where I found something particularly odd at the dungeon. What do you, oh no! 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 Get away! What do you think, Chad? Is there a living wood chest down there? Living wood tree eating up the dungeon, you know, as you do. Wait. Do any of these other trees also eat the dungeon? I really want it. Another breach into the dungeon. Ooh. Oh no! Oh, that's awesome. This is the best world jet I've ever seen in my entire life. Wait, hold on. If I grapple up here. Ah, big brain. Oh, no, don't read it. No, don't. Stop. April 14, 202. Man, I am old. Auto target off. Let's go, big brain. Oh, I feel so cool for that. And that's how the first 4-ish hours on the Switch went. They were utter and absolute pain. However, I found after that period of hurt came to an end, I was actually familiar enough with the controls to function much closer to normal. No! Of course there was a boulder trap there. I was actually doing a lot better at handling things that required faster thinking. All right, we jump down and place a blot. Gotta get the cursor right where we want it. All right. Oh no. Nope. Ah! Okay, those might not have been the best examples, and well, we're kind of examples of the opposite, but you'll notice as we continue that I'm doing better at reacting to things. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh. Bye, buddy. And this world won't stop surprising me with its odd and rare occurrences. Cloud in a bottle. Oh, wait. Meteorite? What? Oh, it's so close to the Underworld, it has Meteorite in it. I'm not sure how rare this is, but it's something you could find in one of your worlds by finding a gold chest in the Underworld layer of your world. So I know I have pre-boss Meteorite, and I could technically research it for infinite meteor bars right now, but I'm not going to cheese it, just like I haven't cheesed really anything else. We're using journey mode because I was afraid of how much I would struggle on Switch, and to avoid some farming. Basically, I've only really duplicated wood. And besides, I'm actually in a rare spot where I have a gem robe as a mage. Who does that? No, seriously, does anyone actually make these robes anymore? Especially since you need a wizard hat to complete the 2-piece set. Oh, yes! Oh, we got Tim! There we go! Wizard hat! At this point, I have a pretty good setup. I just can't find life crystals to save my life, and I don't believe I'm good enough at Switch yet to take on the bosses with only half of my health. If only there were hard crystals. Oh, with the meteorite I got, I decided to make leggings to go with my mage armor set. Could only really make one thing, and although a space gun would be neat, without the meteorite set bonus, it kind of loses its one real advantage over other mage weapons. With another visit to the Sky Islands, I found a shiny red balloon and fledgling wings! Oh, let's go! All right. Oh, we got so lucky with that. Oh, there was a celestial magnet in there too, I guess. And we completed our Sky Island search by finding a handy dandy Star Fury. We have all the gear we could ask for, really, but somehow, even with a massive good loot luck, not a single chest had a suspicious looking eye. So I can't even fight the Eye of Cthulhu if I wanted to. So I made some slime crowns. Yes, I know I could craft an eye summon, but I think I only have 2 lenses, and why bother farming, am I right? While waiting for day so I could see the Slime King better, I built another pair of houses in this weird looking hut, and then got distracted with making houses in the jungle in preparation for a Pylon network, and by the time I finished it, it was night again, so I figured I'd explore the jungle for life crystals and other loot. Give me an aglet. I don't think I have an aglet yet. Darn you! There was a hive kind of close to the surface, and I wasn't doing half bad at dealing with the enemies down here, and that's partially due to the auto-target functioning better. I guess I forgot to explain it, but auto-locking didn't seem to work at all when in the dark, which caused some weird and awkward interactions with mobs moving around partially lit areas. They'd go in and out of being targetable, and I'm not sure why, but now I'm not having much of an issue targeting enemies in complete darkness. But I'm not here to ask questions, I'm here to take names and... Oh, what's the other half of that saying? What? Oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh, We're taking it. We're taking her down. I believe, chat. I believe. Do you believe? I believe. We have aim assist, chat. First boss, Queen Bee, chat. We can do this. We can do this. I believe. I believe. Ah, I jumped right into that. Ah, such a small beehive. There's the bees. Thank you. We're gonna lose. No. No. We didn't do that bad, all things considered, though. No arena, no nothing. Like, you know, it was all right. I was collecting stingers, spores, and vines while down here, but I'm refusing to use them until after I've killed the eye at the very least. We're sticking with our current build until then, so let's make our arena, and before summoning King Slime, I thought I'd destroy a few Crimson Hearts because we need to get the Goblin army timer going sooner rather than later. With that, and a 3-level arena, we are more than ready for our very first boss on the Nintendo Switch, King Slime. This should be an easy fight, right, chat? Right. Why is it losing its target? Like, if he leaves screen, does it lose target, or does it happen with the teleporting? And sure enough, it wasn't bad at all. The auto-targeting did a good job at helping me hit my target, but also made it a little difficult to hit minions that spawned unless they happened to get in the way. King Slime was also a bit interesting because when he teleported, the auto-lock would lose its target, so I had to keep relocking, and I think that made the fight a little more interesting. After struggling for a second to figure out what the button was to open the treasure bag, I got lucky with the Slimy Saddle on the very first King Slime kill, which I feel is a 50-50 chance. That might be the actual odds, I don't know, but that's how frequently I seem to get them. That battle brought us to the night as well, and we'll just light up the arena, place some stars in a bottle in there to help out a bit, and I'm feeling half confident and half afraid of the final phase because my mobility on Switch is not exactly the best. Beat him up, beat him up. Easy boss, easy boss. Oh, I'm falling. Free falling, auto target. Oh, how I love you. Targeting, making aim so easy. I'm still trying to figure out what I think about auto-targeting. Is it busted having aim assist, or is it more or less a necessary quality of life addition because aiming with just the stick in Terraria is painful? At times, auto-targeting hits enemies more often than I could on PC, sometimes less, and sometimes the exact right amount. Dodging I've also found to be generally more difficult, so being able to lock onto a target and just focus on that has been incredibly helpful. Okay, we got it. Oh, all right, a little bit closer than I would have liked, but we still got it. Oh wait, now we're gonna have a dash. How's the dash gonna work? Double tap? It's still double tap? Oh, there it is. Ooh. I tried the dash out against the eye, and it was pretty all right. I was expecting it to be a pain to use, and it's definitely not easy, but not the worst. There we go. You know, the shield actually didn't do that. Oh, that was so satisfying. Now that those bosses are down, I would now allow myself to craft jungle armor and still need to collect a few things in order to actually get the full set. And while down here, I learned that quick heal and quick buff are really close to each other on the control scheme. So it's very easy to accidentally use my buffs rather than healing, which sucks. But it wasn't painful enough to change quite yet. A Gladius? Hold up, we're grabbing that. We got a Gladius, and I don't even think we even hit the enemy. Does anybody care about this weapon? I don't think so. But it's cool that we got one, right? No! I wanted the Gladius! Alright, let's chug a teleportation potion, see what that brings us. Hopefully somewhere with life crystals. It brought me back to... No shot! No shot! What? Dude, that's actually awesome! What? What are the actual odds? Dude! Now, there's a hive here, you see, and I was looking at it, and couldn't help but wonder if I could take Queen Bee. I didn't do awful last time, so if I did some actual preparation, then maybe we could beat her. Might as well finish jungle armor and add the robe and hat as my vanity because it looks so much better, and see if we can kill the Queen Bee pre-evil boss, which is something I don't think I've ever accomplished on PC. Let's do this, chat. Let's do this, chat. There we go. I got the mad skills. We're going hitless, chat. We're going hitless, chat. All right. Buddy, you have not dashed for a while. What is this? There we go. We're doing great. We're only halfway there, though. Still got a ways to go. Come here, buddy boy. Come here. Halfway there. Let's go. Weird. Please give me the bee gun. Man, if you gave me the bee gun, that would be epic. Also, I just realized I have no mage weapons that pierce. This could be a real problem going against the brain. Starting to struggle here a little bit. That's because there's so many dang bees throwing me around. It's just so long as she doesn't do too many of her shooting attack, we should be fine. Oh, she's so low, but so am I. Come on, drop some hearts. No! Oh. Come on. Come on. Get out of here, bees. I'm trying to get rid of you. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, didn't mean to do that. No! Oh, the ball so close! That really sucked. And I wanted to fight Queen Bee again just for the accomplishment of beating it before Brain, but I didn't know where another hive was and didn't feel like searching one out. So I fought the Brain and he was barely a side note. The first half of the battle was a little difficult because I have 0 piercing weapons, which made things more difficult for that part. But once we entered second phase, the auto-targeting could identify the real Brain the entire time, making him the easiest boss yet. I tried going straight to Skeletron after that. I'm so glad I did my whole no-hitting journey before this, because knowing these bosses' patterns so much better. Oh, it's been so helpful. Oh, it did not dash when I wanted it to. Oh dear. This did not go super well. The whole strategy of going up and over him simply did not work because I was struggling to get the dash going without losing my momentum or bumping into something. Not sure if it's an issue with my loadout or trying to use a controller. Skeletron of all bosses is going to end up being the most difficult boss thus far. Before challenging him again, I visited the underground tundra and searched for a few life crystals. A meteor also fell somewhere in the world, and I like that armor more than jungle, so I was searching for it, and as I did, I had to figure out how to move NPCs. It wasn't nearly as straightforward as I thought, but also wasn't the worst. Basically, it functioned as I thought it would, while using the exact opposite controls I assumed it would, and that wasn't nearly as bad as it sounds because once I figured it out, it was smooth sailing. The meteor wasn't on the left side of the world, but on the right side, but by then it was night again, and so I figured I could beat Skeletron if I tried a second time. No! No! Oh, we're doing so bad. Okay. No! I guess we will mine the meteorite after all, and this was so much more difficult than I could have anticipated. In PC, I can make very fine and precise movements and carefully mine the meteor without touching it, while simultaneously keeping the meteor heads off of me. On Switch, however, mining is a pain. Either you don't use Smart Cursor and very slowly mine, or you can use Smart Cursor and mine quickly, but run a very high risk of mining the blocks that are keeping you safe. And then you try juggling this while meteor heads are attacking you. It was agony, and I barely managed to mine any of it before the Goblin army finally decided to show up. Oh no, I am out. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that dodge, chat? Did you see that dodge? Ouch. There we go. Much better. Okay, this seems like a nice safe spot. I'm liking this. I am out of mana. I am not liking this anymore. Oh no. Trying to aim without the Smart Cursor. It's not going great. I am... Stop jumping. Why am I Jump Boy Mario right now? Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying so hard to not to die during this. We've gotten so far without dying. I really want to try and get all the way. There we go. Killed the goblins deathless. That brought us to night once again, so let's challenge Skeletron again before finding the Goblin Tinkerer, and the battle started with me nearly dead very early on, but I managed to actually come back from it and take down both of his hands, only to get hit repeatedly in close proximity and lose the fight. The whole thing was either playing flawlessly or losing half of my health in 2 seconds. Dude, I did not expect Skeletron to be a big barrier. Struggle him to dodge skulls. See, you say that, and I can do that on PC. No problem. That is not an option for me on Switch. Thankfully, the Goblin Tinkerer was easy to find. Whoa. No. Oh, good. Oh, don't die. Please don't die. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that's great. Well, at least day is coming around. We built some Tundra housing while waiting for Fod, the Goblin Tinkerer, to arrive, and purchased the rocket boots and workshop that allowed for some massive upgrades. I also mined enough meteor for the full armor set. Hadn't even put much of a dent into the meteor itself because of the nearly 30 bars we found in the chest earlier. Also, once an obsidian skull was equipped, this meteor was no longer an issue. And sure, you may say, you should have done that in the first place, but on PC, I never do this, and it's fine. The extra mobility made dodging Skeletron much more feasible, and locking onto target with space gun spam made Skeletron the cakewalk that he usually is. The dungeon would not be so friendly to me, however. Mind the stupid auto target. Stop targeting the blocks I literally can't mine and target the ones that I can. Just inherently, wow, that was a clean break. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen a tunnel that deep. Responding to things quickly, like trying to mine the breakable dungeon bricks while dark casters randomly spawn around me, is a lot harder to navigate on a controller, and I swear the spawn rates were higher than normal. I couldn't hardly kill all the mobs on screen, and because of my inability to move with finesse, I needed to kill all the enemies before I could mine spikes, but with how many enemies there were, I rarely had the chance to break up the spikes. The Alchosceptor didn't make things that much easier either, because when trying to lock onto targets, it would shoot at the enemy's head and overall just arch a bit high for some reason, made it a lot harder to use unless I aimed manually, and that is itself already difficult. But with its damage being so much better, it was still more than worth using. With the enemies not relenting, I ended up adding sticky bombs to my hotbar so I could throw them out and destroy the spikes while fighting off the enemies. I also ended up stuck in the dungeon for a long while because I wanted to get the magic missile, and although my luck with gold keys was far above average, my luck with finding gold chests was not. And after a long journey in the dungeon, we at last found our desired weapon. I want that treasure chest, but what's more important is surviving. You can't loot chests if you're dead. Remember that, kids. Oh, no. Come on, that's the magic missile. That's what I need. There we go. Ah. Random thing I learned after the dungeon raiding was that pylons required me to be standing almost directly on top of them to work, but the distance was expanded on 144, wasn't it? What's going on here? Did they forget to add that feature in the console release? I'm so confused. Why is this, of all things, missing? It's already annoying enough navigating the map on Switch, but now it's even worse. I visited the jungle to collect a few more spores for the void bag and happened upon a beehive while I was there and figured I'd give Queen Bee another try. And this time, she was very easily beatable. Boom! Queen Bee down! Why did I come down here in the first place? Spores! Bee gun! I don't actually get why people like the bee gun. What is it actually good for? It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, unless maybe you use the high pack, but am I really going to make a build specifically for bees? Maybe it's better than I give it credit for, but I'm skeptical. Somehow I crafted 2 void vaults and not a void bag, because apparently I need more tissue samples. So this meant I had to go kill the brain again, and this whole journey to make a void bag has taken way more time than it's worth. This is a great item, yes, but when inventory management is the hardest part of the game, having more inventory, in hindsight, isn't necessarily the most helpful thing. This, at long last, brought us to the Underworld. I want the Flame Lash and Flower of Fire, but if I happen to get lucky, maybe a little more than that. Oh, an Obsidian Rose already. Let's go! Hold on, does that give us Terraspark boots? I found a Flame Lash, and with the Terraspark boots on my mind, I remembered my water walking boots and was considering what it might look like to fight the Wall of Fresh without a Hell Bridge and just use water walking. Water walking boots do work on lava, right? Or is that just water walking potion? Let's find out. It doesn't work. Good to know. Terraspark boots, on the other hand, do walk on lava, so when a magma stone dropped, I knew what I had to do. Only issue is that I accidentally used quick buff and consumed a bunch of potions, and I'd hate for these potions to go to waste, so after a solid couple minutes of trying to figure out how to grab just one of the 2 voodoo dolls I had on me, I threw it in and gave the wall a try. All right, let's send it. because we used our buffs, so I don't want to waste them. Doubt this is going to go very well. Bee's home, so they'll do something, right? Okay, still in areas that we've explored, so we're still safe. We know we have a path of some sort. Oh, don't get pinned. Not doing good, but not doing awful. Definitely not winning, but we're trying. Oh, wait. I don't have a way across this. Yep. It sucks wasting the potions, and I doubt that'll be the last time, but to help us out in the future, I found the shimmer on my first try because I'm just that good. Shimmered for a lava charm and crafted terrace bark boots, which is something I never managed to accomplish on any run where I'm not intentionally spending my time. I basically lucked into the boots this run, and that's a little crazy. I did a little quick reforging, and I'm actually a really big fan of the UI for this. I crafted a few potions, and although I don't intend on making a bridge, I still needed to clear a bit of a path in the Underworld, and I got a little ways doing this before accidentally quick buffing once again. Must loot chests. Loot goblin. No! I did not push that button! Stupid game. I am not doing... I hate the switch. Ah! Once again, I don't want to waste my potions, but the guide hasn't actually returned, and turns out I don't have any more suitable houses, so I had to slap one of those together and watch the cooldowns dwindle before returning with a potion return. Thankfully, the guide appeared, and we were able to fight the wall with most of our buffs still active. Also, I only have 140 mana. It's hard to tell how much I actually have, and I didn't even count the stars, but with mana regen potions, this isn't much of an issue at all. Oh no. That's a big jump. Oh, we clutched it. Oh, we clutched it. All right. Way to go, me. That was some serious skill that you guys just witnessed right there. Oh, worms. Not sure how much farther we have, but it's almost dead. So close to dead. Oh, no. No. Woo! Frames are dying. Oh boy. Frames are dying. It's barely surviving. I think it lived. Let's go. It's slowly getting hard. 18%. Setting hard mode. 20%. Let's just stand still and try not to break it. It took a solid minute or two for hard mode to finally finish processing. It's kind of laughable how hard it was for the game to go into hard mode without crashing, and I've heard that it does in fact crash sometimes. But that was Terraria on Nintendo Switch. It was very painful, and I will not be sad never playing it on console again, but I have grown a new appreciation for those who, either by choice or lack thereof, play the game like this and still enjoy it to the fullest. You are so much stronger than the rest of us.